Michael Jordan. Boy, where has the time gone?
The memories are real, man. The memories are real.
Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! What? And it begins.
Yes, it
Now
does.
that all my cats have been fed, they want out. Hold on a minute. All right, Puckett. There you go, buddy.
Oh,
Right
that
out.
evil genius we have behind the scenes gets me.
Dude, I saw you. I cracked up. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This portion is presented by SeatGeek. Hey, football's here. Hockey's on the way. So's the NBA. God help us, the NBA Cup. You want to get your seats, don't you? Yes, you do. All you got to do is go to Seat, not for the NBA Cup, no. Go to SeatGeek.com. Use the code Snowman Multimedia, and you get $20 off of your first purchase. SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Before we get to what the hell happened in Buffalo last night.
Easy. Josh Allen showed out and turned the boys from the AEW land into local jobbers.
And before we get to my correct prediction of the Redskins beating up Cincinnati.
Man, all but one of us predicted the Redskins beating Cincinnati.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of one winding that figured Cincinnati was going to win, what's up, Droid?
Wait, hold on. Where do you get this idea? Hold on. I said Washington would win, first of all.
Oh, yeah, everyone had that. You had Jacksonville beating Buffalo. That's even worse.
I only did it because I cannot pick Josh Allen for the life of me.
Well, don't worry. The Super Bowl still has to run through Kansas City.
Yep. Super Bowl still has to run through Kansas City and will forever run through Kansas City.
Now, you were saying before I had to have a little bit of fun.
All right. I'm bringing something back that I haven't done in a while, and it's going to be another staple. Here's a quick whip around presented by Fanatics. And we start in Houston, Texas, where the Astros have a chance to clinch the West, but they couldn't do it last night. Seattle got 4 late runs and beat the Astros by a final of 6-1. Game 2 of that pivotal 3-game series occurs tonight in Houston. And again, it's pretty simple. Win and clinch for the Houston Astros. Speaking of clinch, congratulations to the Philadelphia Phillies, National League East Division champions for the first time since 2010, I believe. They won last night, beating up the Cubs. Thank you for doing that, because I can't stand the Cubs. 6-2 was the final score. Kyle Schwarber went deep for his 37th home run of the year, RBI number 100 on the year, also for Kyle Schwarber. So congratulations to the Philadelphia Phillies. Now the number 1 seed and the bye is in sight. The magic number is 3 to clinch the top part, which is the bye, and 7 to clinch the number 1 seed. We'll do a deep dive into both games, but pretty simply put, Jacksonville got blown out 47-10. And the Cincinnati Bengals are just the Cincinnati Bungles. 38-33 was the final score of that game. And week 3, I beg your pardon. Boy, I'm a week behind. Is now complete. Circle City Classic comes to Indianapolis, Indiana this Saturday, as Norfolk State will take on North Carolina Central at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're hoping to have the call of that game this Saturday. We'll keep everybody abreast of all the details. That's your whip around presented by Fanatics. Coming up next, I'm going to get full of coffee, and Jacksonville is full of,
jobbers.
Yes. Lots.
Mac and cheese.
There was a Mac Jones sighting last night.
Oh.
And when I got
he
that
had a better passer rating than Trevor Lawrence.
Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham,
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time RVers.
And we were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business. Also, just make some awesome friends.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back, Droid, Dog, and yours truly, the Snowman, here with you. And how do you get a hold of us? SIT Morning on Twitter, SIT Morning _ on Instagram. Don't forget that underscore. May make that uniform throughout all of our social media. That's how you keep up with the show. Now then, what did Josh Allen eat last night?
He had himself some supercharged Wheaties last night, man.
He did. He had something.
What's Snowman's favorite saying? That's called profiling.
And profiling is wrong.
Not in this case.
Nope.
Not in this case.
Well, it actually kind of is because we all profiled basically all of us. One person didn't. Profiled Jacksonville to get their butts kicked, and well, we called it.
Yep. 47-10.
I'm still laughing. So I'm still laughing.
In the game, listen, I sat here in my office. My wife came home late. Wife and daughter came home late. I sat here in the office watching this. My wife texted me and goes, "You know this is a massacre, right? You don't need to watch it." I'm like, baby, I know, but I'm drawn to it.
It's like a train wreck. You just wait for the impact.
You wait for it.
I feel like you should have been like, "You're right," and then switch to the Bengals Redskins game.
Well, I would have done that if it weren't for one little thing. I had them both on already.
I
had them both on already. So I came a little prepared. But
what I'm still laughing about, Snowman,
is
you know why I'm laughing.
No.
Did you even watch the clip I posted in the chat?
No, because I probably was sound asleep.
Who was the only one? Who was the one that took the Hail Mary shot for the Panthers to get a win?
That would have been you.
And I said, if you do not win this game, throw the season away, sell the team, rename your team.
Well, they need to sell the team anyway.
But you think they're going to do it?
I know they're not going to do it. David Tepper needs to sell the team anyway. But we're talking about Josh Allen and 47 points.
Oh my!
Allen threw 4 touchdown passes last night. 4.
Like everybody on that Bills team was firing on all cylinders.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had a Mitchell Trubisky sighting.
Figure that out. We had a Mitch Trubisky sighting, and we had a Mac Jones sighting.
In 2024, where neither of them are starters.
I didn't see it because I was in bed.
Oh, yeah, you finished up the Astros game and then hit the hay.
I got as far as the 8th inning in the Astros game, and my body quit.
Yeah, because I was actually trying to find that clip of me saying, I'm going to make this joke pick. And I saw, oh, Brian's live.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this coming.
We did.
A lot of us saw this coming. I
Mhm.
couldn't pick Buffalo because A, I hate Josh Allen, and B, my dad's a Jags fan.
Why do you hate Josh Allen?
Because he doesn't shut up.
Mm.
He doesn't shut up, and he thinks so much that he can beat the Chiefs. Well, then do it.
Kind of like LeBron James. Okay, I understand now. Kind of like LeBron James won't shut up.
He wants to keep saying how everybody else in the league's a crybaby when he's the biggest crybaby in the league.
One of them. But man, I couldn't believe that massacre last night. Well, I take that back. Yes, I can. Because the Jaguars don't have anything. Save Trevor Lawrence. And Doug Peterson's about to get his ass fired.
Save Trevor Lawrence. Save Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne. Yep.
And save Josh Hines Allen.
Mm-hmm.
The man that literally changed his name so they didn't get confused with Josh Allen.
Right. But that was awful. And
Khalil Shakir
DeMar
had 50 yards on the night.
Mm-hmm.
And that game literally proved to us that Josh Allen can throw to anybody. It doesn't really matter. Considering the fact that they got the rookie running back a touchdown.
Yep. And DeMar Hamlin got his first career interception.
Yep.
In that game. That was
He's having a year.
If you heard that.
He's having a year. He's having a year. I'll say that.
Yep.
He's definitely having a year.
Yep. 21 months after he went into cardiac arrest, he picks off a pass. How cool is that?
It's cool. But he definitely did not deserve to be on the comeback player of the year ballot last year.
Because?
Let's see. He did nothing. Yes, he came back from literal death. But comeback player of the year, every award in the NFL belongs to stats except one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Joe Flacco won comeback player of the year, because he had the stats to prove it. 47-10, the final score in Buffalo. The Buffalo now moved to 3-0 in the AFC East, while the Jacksonville Jaguars are now the worst team in the AFC South at an 0-3 record. Trevor Lawrence throwing 21 for 38 for 170 yards, touchdown and an interception, with Mac Jones throwing 5 for 8 with 22 yards. And Josh Allen throwing 23 for 30 for 263 yards and 4 touchdowns, with Mitchell Trubisky throwing a single pass for a single catch for 3 yards.
He didn't have to do much.
Khalil Shakir led the team in receptions, catching 6 of the rocks for 72 yards and a touchdown on 6 targets. James Cook had 4 receptions. Your touchdown scores on the pass were Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, Ty Johnson, and Keon Coleman. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 2-time Super Bowl champion, had 1 reception for 7 yards on 2 targets.
When did they start tracking targets? I just want to know, when did they start tracking targets?
I don't know.
Because it's a foolish stat to me.
Well, it's
did you catch the ball or not?
Whether or not they catch it.
Did you catch the ball or not? I'm pretty simple. Did you catch the ball or not? Yes. Okay, write it down. No. Okay, don't write it down.
Travis Etienne on the rushing side had 11 carries for 68 yards, averaging 6.18. And your highest receiver was Christian Kirk on the Jags side, 8 receptions for 79 yards on 10 targets. And Mac Jones had the only fumble for the Jacksonville Jaguars, fumbling and losing the fumble.
Go figure. Leave it to Mac Jones to pull something like that.
And the defense for the Jags had 3 pass deflections, and it was the only 3 pass deflections of the entire night.
Well,
can we talk about the fact? Can we talk about the fact that the one pick that Buffalo had went to Damar Hamlin? The emotional moment that was for him was absolutely, this has to already be the feel-good moment of the year in the NFL.
Well, me and Joy had a fight while you were away.
I had to deal with family calling me.
I know
it wasn't really a fight, but
we had a fight. Shut up. I'm doing the joke here. We had a fight.
About what?
Damar Hamlin.
Why now?
Droid.
I said that last year he didn't deserve to be on the Comeback Player of the Year ballot because every single ballot, every single stat matters in the NFL awards, including Comeback Player of the Year, except one reward. Because just like the William M. Jennings Award in the NHL, you have the Best Player Off the Field Award. That's always given to a player, whether it be Travis Kelce, whether if he was still in the league, Jason Kelce, whether it had been Jalen Hurts, just.
Yeah, I get your point. So where are you trying to go with this?
There's a reason Joe Flacco won, but let's say Damar Hamlin's cardiac arrest happened last year, and he came out like this. He would 100% already have Comeback Player of the Year locked in for a while.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, you know how all this goes. I mean, heartfelt moments be damned when it comes to statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Flacco was Comeback Player of the Year because look what he did for.
He brought
Cleveland
to the playoffs.
Break down the stats in Buffalo.
Shut up. Quiet about the stats. The fact is, and this is the only stat that counts, Joe Flacco, yes, that Joe Flacco, 38-year-old Joe Flacco brought Cleveland
into the playoffs.
Cleveland
into the playoffs. That's just wrong.
But to be fair, the AFC North is just as competitive as the NFC South. Anyways.
This is true.
Yeah.
You have no argument from me about that. But Cleveland.
Of all places. Go figure.
I told y'all I had a horrible experience with the city of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you already had one with the Brownsexuals.
2005, I was working at Cedar Point in Sandusky. I had to go home to Chicago because I had a game to cover, and I rented a car to do so. Took care of business, raced back to Sandusky, had to stop in Cleveland, and I was hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I raced in the station because we only had about 10 minutes. No food.
Oops.
Nothing. Nathan, nada.
There's only 2 things that are good that ever came out of Cleveland.
1.
Oh, no. I just need one to get both. I need one word. I need 2 words to get them both. Kelce Brothers.
I'll allow it.
I'll give you 2 other things that were good that came out of Cleveland.
Mark Price and Ron Harper.
I was gonna say Major League and the racing over at the Cleveland Airport for kart when they were there.
Mm-hmm. But I went in there, and there was nothing. I was so mad. I was so mad.
Actually, there is one other good thing that came out of Cleveland,
and that is
those retro blue and orange unis that the Cavs wore in the 90s.
They need to keep them. Because what they have now sucks.
Nike has screwed the NBA jersey world.
You know,
sorry.
one other thing that was good that came out of Cleveland.
Michael Jordan's shot, that's well known.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But
May 7th, 1989. The
But
best thing to come out of Cleveland.
But I will say the Cleveland Indians original logo. I would rather have that than the garbage.
I'd rather have that too. This world is becoming too PC for its own good. Let's take a break.
Why the Chicago Blackhawks, and that's why I'm happy the Blackhawks still.
I feel like PC Principal from South Park right about now.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, I'll show you 2 cool shirts that my wife got me. Then we'll break down the Redskins beating the hell out of Cincinnati. Dear Bengals fans, it's over.
Let's go.
3 weeks into the season, it's over. Trash it.
Just throw the season away.
Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
the way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
The women's college game,
and how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
The WNBA,
AJ Williams stood 1-2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmaker's blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Instagram thing or whatever the heck. You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yes, I put Roger Craig on that intro. Back to the show. Welcome back, everybody, on this Taco Tuesday. Before I show y'all 2 T-shirts that my wife got me, which are ultra cool. What do you have?
Well, Droid and I tossed the idea of having a new segment here because no other sports shows will ever want to talk about esports.
Oh, I'll talk about it, no problem.
Yeah, and Droid and I have a segment we're going to be debuting at some point known as the Arcade.
I think we should do it today because we got an important event.
Droid, there's a reason I want to save the Arcade. What if I told you we might actually have a guest for the Arcade?
Dude, I'm going to be honest. Just like any podcast, you want to have your first segment be just you and the person you're doing it with.
Brother, if I told you that we had a Coke Series driver getting ready to come on, a Championship 4 driver, yeah, I'm talking about Parker White is wanting to come on with us. Whenever we throw down. We're still working out the scheduling.
I still stand where I stay. I still stand where my statement says.
All right, let's do both. I'll have you and Droid do the esports segment at the top of the hour.
You already got something lined up for this, Droid?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
because you got me beat. I got nothing. I was planning on talking with Parker and talking iRacing, dude. But okay, you got me beat.
Oh no, it does involve iRacing. It does.
All right, man.
Because you know what is tonight.
Dude, the championship race isn't until October.
No. It's Graham Boland's press conference tonight.
What? Snowman, you better take this before I get too far confused. It's too early in the morning for my brain to smoke.
Top of the hour. I'll let these two have the Arcade. But I want to show y'all something.
All right.
My wife.
It's too early for my brain to be hurting.
And also, I need to talk RLCS. Come on.
My wife got me 2 very cool shirts recently.
Remember, you got to describe them for our audio listeners.
I know what I'm doing.
George, shut up. We've been in this long.
Make me.
Okay. Smart ass. Smart aleck. Okay. My wife and I love the Muppets. And when we first... And that's the song she was looking for. That's the very song she was looking for. And I happened to find it.
No.
Mm-hmm. So...
I don't know why that's the first thing that popped in my head.
This shirt.
Yes!
She found this one. I found both versions of that song for her. And the second shirt that she got me. Anybody remember a TV series called WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Remember the Thanksgiving episode?
I vaguely remember it. I have to probably watch it back on YouTube.
Well, that's my favorite episode. And my wife got this for me.
Nice.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Now I'm going to find that episode for Thanksgiving and watch it.
Well, unfortunately, just like that show, Cincinnati season should be canceled.
Oh, Cincinnati's done for. 38-33 the final. The Redskins beat the Bengals.
Woof.
And
Bengals
Jaden Daniels
unsurprisingly
showed off.
21 of 23, 254, 2 touches, 12 for 39 on the ground with 1 run of his own.
But I do want to say one of the biggest problems I saw with a lot of our rookie quarterbacks this year, none of them had a single passing touchdown after 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Caleb Williams gets 2 passing touchdowns. Jaden Daniels gets 2 passing touchdowns. Mo Pix still has yet to throw a passing touchdown.
Well, that's because he's Mo Pix and he needs to leave out of Denver.
Yeah, some other team is gonna have to pick him up. But
I don't think even Uncle Howdy would pick him up. And Victor's probably listening to this. Really,
and
dude?
Your receiver of the night, Scary Terry.
Oh yeah.
Caught 4 for 6 for 100 yards. He hit the century mark last night and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Including a couple of bringing over the shoulder catches. I mean, Daniels
including the touchdown catch was a bring it over the shoulder.
Not only was Daniels dotting, but he was efficient.
21 of 23.
You don't see that unless you got
too.
The thing is, you don't see those type of numbers.
The return of Zach Ertz.
Yeah. But seriously, you don't see those type of QB numbers unless you're looking at somebody wearing a 12 on their jersey.
Or a 16.
Or a 15.
Or an 8.
Exactly.
And I don't mean Lamar Jackson either.
Or 18. Can't forget 18.
No, can't forget. Speaking of 18, y'all want to see something cool? Speaking of 18, see, my wife finds things.
Like I was gonna say, you can't disrespect your wife's number 18. Come on.
That would be a quick ass moment.
There's a poster of it in my room.
Speaking of which, I need to decorate these walls at some point. I might
I'll be able to at least decorate my walls with a flag that says Stanley Cup champion.
Shut up!
Oh, I got to do the same thing in my office. My wife found this.
Oh, yes.
And there's a 5-card set. I don't know if Droid will recognize this guy, but she found this.
Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Patty Mahomey.
Now, some of y'all said 18, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo.
There he is.
Omaha. Omaha.
And this one.
BB12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it should have been in the New England, but we'll take it.
And she found this one.
The Burrow.
And last but not least, this one.
John Uni.
Johnny U.
Yep, she found all those for me.
Now y'all making me want to go through my collection I got sitting over here in the closet next to me.
And I'm just starting mine. I'm just starting
Joe Burrow cards.
Dude, I swear in the next few
found
days,
it, okay?
Next few days, I'm going to go through the collections I got sitting over here next to me, and I'm going to find some gems.
Here's the first one that my wife got me.
Michael.
That's the first one my wife got me. Now, she told me she had a bigger surprise for me.
Oh, Lord.
And it involved Michael Jordan. And I'm like, oh, dear God. If she finds a rookie Michael Jordan card, and my wife would be the one to find it.
That is going to be some cash.
Michael Jordan card, or you're going to be wearing a signed Jordan jersey tomorrow.
So I don't know what I'm going to be wearing.
Man, if it's a signed Jordan jersey, that mother better be up in a frame.
If it's a signed Jordan jersey, I'm not going to wear it.
That's getting framed.
That's getting put in acrylic and framed.
So somebody
framed with an LED light on the top.
So Shaner,
what?
Do me a little math here.
You expect me to do math fighting off a cold and a
Type
migraine?
numbers into a calculator. Jesus.
What do you need?
Give me Daniel's completion percentage versus Burrow's completion percentage.
That's too early in the morning, and I won't allow it. That's too early in the morning, Droid.
Joe Burrow against the Washington Redskins, not the Commanders, the Redskins.
Absolutely right.
29 for 38 for 324 yards and 3 touchdowns. Still pretty impressive in a loss.
He threw for 300?
Yeah, he threw for 300 in a loss.
Burrows is 76.
Daniels was 89. That's off the top of my head. 89% for Jaden
91.
Daniels. 91? Okay.
91. So close. That's a good that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was off the top. I don't know how I've been able to do that all my life, just off the top of my head, calculate stuff. And we'll go to commercial with this funny story. My beautiful wife has really assisted in she's been the catalyst in my recovery from cancer. Well, and I share a lot of funny stories about her. She knows I pick on her a lot, but she picks back at me. Well, one day she wanted to fix some sausage and sauerkraut, but she couldn't open the sauerkraut. Now, I had been in bed all day. I've been in bed all day. So I figure I'm as weak as a kitten. So she calls me into the kitchen and she goes, "Tall man, can you open this?" So I bang the bottom of the container. I open it and I hand it back to her and she just glares at me. I will not repeat what she called me either.
I have been called that name a handful of times.
And you know the exact name it is.
We will say the name for an uncensored edition of this show.
Yeah, we will say that for an uncensored version, and that uncensored version might come Friday.
Oh my God, we're going to go off the rails on my birthday.
We will see.
But before we go to break,
God.
Before we go to break, remember Trent Scott, offensive tackle for the Washington Redskins, caught a touchdown last night.
You gotta love a big man, Tatey.
That just shows you that literally Jaden Daniels could throw to anybody on that roster, and he can still get a touchdown with it.
You gotta love the big man, Tatey.
Gotta love the big man touchdown. A pause when we come back. Just some silly stuff. Top of hour 2, we drop the arcade and then some baseball. And of course, at the bottom of hour 2, we welcome the token female Alison Moran. This is Snowman in the Morning, presented by SeatGeek. We're back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, yeah, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Williams on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We roll on here on Snowman in the Morning, and there was a hockey argument while we were at a break.
Ain't no argument. I'm agreeing with him for once.
It's an argument.
How is it an argument when I'm saying that they're the
For the
Bruins are
sake
yanking
of the
Swayman
show.
around?
For the sake of the show, it's an argument.
Sake of show nothing. I'm actually agreeing with you for once. God help me. I really must not be feeling good. I'm agreeing with a fucking Panthers fan.
And I'm agreeing with a Bruins fan. I must be as unwell. Anyways, the news is Jeremy Swayman still is refusing multiple contracts offered to him by the Boston Bruins. He still has yet to sign and is a RFA yet to be tendered. If he is not tendered before the start of the season, he will be going to a UFA.
Which puts an evil smile on my face.
Which means, yes, you heard that right. Jeremy Swayman could be
an
a Blackhawk.
unrestricted free agent, which means the Blackhawk brass, and I'll guarantee you the Blackhawk brass is paying attention.
Oh, easily.
They're paying attention because that was one of our biggest fallacies last year.
Was goaltending, especially late in the year.
Yeah.
I see Jeremy Swayman, if he can't sign with the Bruins, going one of three teams.
One.
Blackhawks, easily. The Blackhawks are in desperate need of goaltending. Peter Mrazek is not it.
No, Mrazek is not the answer. Not at all. Second team.
Utah, as they can't keep believing Karel Vejmelka and Connor Ingram. Two no names in terms of hockey goalies. You can't keep believing in them. He could probably go there because of how desperate they need goaltending.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the third team?
I hate going to the East.
But
And I hate giving New York teams anything.
Isles and Rangers.
The Islanders cannot keep believing in Sorokin. Sorokin has had as much regression as Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
He has been on the downhill since he got
that
blown
hurts.
out against Tampa Bay.
You know what? And I'm not going to argue. But wow. To compare him with Jalen, ooh, the regression is real.
Break down a couple of the preseason scores. Dallas took a 2-1 win over the Blues in the first week of the preseason, including a 7-3 win from the Sabres over the Penguins and a 5-2 win for the Wild over the Jets. The Panthers played back-to-back on Sunday, playing the Predators at home 2 separate times and winning both games, only allowing the Predators to score twice in both.
Wait,
The
how
Bruins
did they
actually already had.
Stop. Halt. Desist. All the phone. Stop. Penalty flag on the field. They played twice on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Split squad.
Okay.
I'm digging into this whole Swayman BS, and I'm looking at who we've got that could actually be in the net.
Yeah.
You don't have
and
anybody.
I am not liking anything.
I already solved that puzzle. You don't have anybody.
On Sunday, I'm actually wrong with what I said in the back chat. The Rangers already played the Bruins and won 3-2 on Sunday. The Utah Hockey Club played their first game against the Blues in Des Moines, Iowa. And the first Utah goal was an own goal.
Oops.
Oh!
Utah did end up coming out with the win 5-3 over the St. Louis Blues. And the Ottawa Senators played the Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs decided to play their entire playoff core in a preseason game, and they lost 6-5 in overtime.
No surprise. It's Toronto.
Austin Matthews played all 4 periods of hockey.
It's Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know I'm going to get beat up by a friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, for saying that, but it's Toronto. It's the Maple
Last night, the Utah Hockey Club played their first home game in the Delta Center, winning 3-2 in overtime to the LA Kings.
Yeah.
The Sabre also dropped 6 on the Blue Jackets, who are still grieving the loss of Johnny Gaudreau. R.I.P. Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Still, we miss them. We miss them lots.
We do.
The Flames and Oilers played back-to-back games last night. One in Edmonton, one in Calgary. Calgary took both games, 6-3 and 6-1. Your final game last night was the Stars playing the Avalanche in Colorado, and the Stars came out with that win, 3-2.
And y'all wonder why I gave the hockey duties to Droid.
And tonight, for your preseason action, you have 6 games at 6 p.m., 2 games at 9 p.m. You have Devils Canadiens in Montreal. You have Sabres Penguins in Pittsburgh. You have Hurricanes Lightning in Tampa. Maple Leaf Senators in Ottawa. Capitals Bruins in Boston. Islanders Rangers preseason action in Madison Square Garden. You got Kraken Canucks at 9 p.m. and then your last 9 p.m. game will be Ducks Sharks.
Kraken Canucks. Is that in Seattle or Vancouver?
That, my friend, is in drumroll, please. Vancouver.
Ooh.
Well, they blew up the Pacific Coliseum for that.
Yep.
And just a reminder, your final week of preseason action will be Saturday, October 5th. Hurricanes play the Predators. Bruins play the Capitals again. The Avalanche play the Utah Hockey Club. Panthers play the Kings. Canadians play the Senators. Red Wings play the Maple Leafs. The Blackhawks have a little rivalry game to end their preseason against the Blues. And the Sharks will play the Golden Knights. Remember, your NHL season will start October 4th at 12 p.m. Central Time as they are playing the overseas games.
Which I'm not going to touch.
No, we've already got that schedule halfway in the bag, dude.
Your 3 home games to open the season, you got a Kraken home game against the Blues, you got a Panthers home game against the Bruins, and you got Utah playing their first home game in Utah in the regular season against the Chicago Blackhawks. That game will be at 9 p.m. Central, 8 Mountain Time.
And I take it that it's a little too late for you on that one, boss.
And just call Panthers. They'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central.
Yeah, and every game I schedule has to be time. It has to be time sensitive. Even though I'm not driving my daughter to work, I still want to get a full night's sleep. But doggone it, I want to do some play-by-play.
Didn't we spend half of last week scheduling out these games?
We got to finish that schedule. Have y'all ever had a sinus headache?
Yes.
Living with it right now.
I believe that's what I'm fighting at this present time, because it's here. It's here. For those of you listening on radio, I'm pointing to parts of my nose. And it's all the way through here on my head.
Been there, done that. Why I took a couple of 800 IBs.
I'm glad I shoved gabapentin in me before we got started. It's halftime, and I'm going to make an executive call. We'll save the arcade for tomorrow. Trust me on this one, Droid. Just plain trust me.
Okay.
Because I want to be sure I get an intro done for you guys, an outro, and a few other parts to the puzzle. I want to do it right.
Yeah, it gives us a chance to talk about Garrett Main's apparent press conference I didn't know about.
Whose?
Another iRacing Coke Series driver that apparently has some big news coming up.
It's halftime.
Mainly his. I'm pretty sure it's probably just like whether or not he's going to be at KCP next year.
Probably.
His seat was at risk at the start of the season when Wyatt, swept Daytona like it was nothing.
Droid, we'll save that for tomorrow. Snowman, I'll save you this one. It's halftime. Let the band play. We're back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Ancient Reef was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson on Twitter 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young,
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers blog, network, YouTube channel, and where you can find podcasts.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hour 2 of Snowman in the morning. Today, hour 2 tomorrow, we'll kick off with the arcade so I can get all of the peripherals together, including a logo featuring these two knuckleheads. I'm just going to sit back and listen to the fun. But that will be a brand new segment. We'll premiere tomorrow at the top of hour 2 with Droid and Shaner. Speaking of which,
this has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
Whose dead horse are we beating now?
Did you not see the star?
Oh God!
Nobody calling me.
Tam, shut up!
Hey,
shut up, Tam. We don't need your crap.
Droid has become Tam. Good Lord.
Okay, so why
I just love dangling it in front of y'all and just to make y'all mad.
Okay,
you fool!
That too. So why are we kicking Vic in the ribcage now?
Just because.
We just we can. We can.
Just because.
Well, No, I get it. I get it. It's getting everyone else's shots in now because for 2 hours on Friday, everyone's going to be taking shots at me.
Now, why would I ever take a shot at you?
Because I'm a New England fan.
And a Bruins fan. And a Red Sox fan.
Oh, you shut up.
And a Patriots fan. I'll get all my shots on Sunday.
Oh, I swear to God, I'm going to need alcohol after that game.
You may need alcohol during that game.
I was about to say, like,
don't tempt me.
Don't tempt me. I got stuff in the fridge. Listen, I got stuff in the fridge my daughter brought over, okay?
Oh.
Listen, Cheyenne has this way of equipping me with stuff. Because y'all remember when she came over, I think it was last year? During Fourth of July?
Yeah, you mentioned it was
truly
last
in my
year.
refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh.
And she warned me. She says, Pop, you want to drink this slowly because you don't have all your body parts. Cheyenne was right. But I'll tell you what, that truly was loaded. Dear God, it was loaded. To the Fanatics feedback zone, Daniel Barry's the first one here. He says, morning. Victor Locke is here. Says, good morning, gents. Commanders are looking real nice. No, the Redskins are looking real nice. Forget the Commanders. They're the Redskins as far as I'm concerned. Rude. All of you are rude. And then he adds, I get it. I'll go ahead and leave. Don't you go anywhere. Don't you go anywhere.
Vic, as I said, I'm going to be getting everybody's kicks in my ribcage Friday. So, yeah.
Which might be, I'll shut up because I don't want Shane after the show asking me,
what in the all types of blue hell
are you thinking?
I'm already asking.
No, you're not. At least not yet.
What are you thinking?
Nothing. Yeah.
Bull.
What?
I call bull. You got something turning in that brain.
What they say?
Exactly. What I say? What I say?
You have that inkling already, and I can tell.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Don't give me that, Snowman.
Thank you. I texted you that almost an hour ago. Ladies and gents, I texted Snowman almost an hour ago saying, play Tam. You won't.
He did. He dared me. He dared me. I'm reading the message right now. He says, I dare you to play.
The things that we put up with on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
I roll out of it. Dummy.
You are a part of it. You know you're a part
I did not tell you to play Tam.
Yeah, no, I did.
I try to help Victor out because I don't want to hear that crap.
You're not helping anyone.
Why? Because I'm a New England fan?
No, yep. You're a Bruins fan. Anyways.
Oh, shut up. Damn it, get him out of here.
Ain't nobody calling.
Damn, shut up.
Paging me, asking me.
Victor has probably tossed his phone by now.
I can't help it.
Victor.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still in?
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
Now, why are you that far in front of the camera, sir?
I was about to say
Shaking my
something, man.
head, wondering what I woke up to this morning.
Why you woke up to or what you woke up to?
How about both?
I have been saving this gentleman since Sunday.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
I had an interaction with a bronzexual.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Hang on. Let's
And-
do this right. Let's do this right.
And I need to do this.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Oh, dear God.
It's all yours, Droid.
So we all know that Jordan has some of the most famous lines of shoes to ever release.
Yeah. Yep.
Them
And,
Jordans.
They are iconic.
And of course, y'all know Jordan, the brand itself, is owned by Nike.
Yep.
It's joint owned between Nike and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We all love this line of shoe, right?
Adore it.
Yeah.
Adore it.
If I had a couple $100, I'd probably have a pair.
I have two pairs, by the way. I have two pairs of Jordan.
So, as Droid led with, so he had a conversation with a bronzexual. What happened?
So for those who don't know, I started a new job.
Mm-hmm.
I work at a convenience store. I work utility, pushing carts and all that, and I work courtesy clerk.
Yep. Oh, God. Oh, no.
During my lunch break, this dude came in
Oh, no.
and asked, "Do you watch basketball?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And then he asked me the age-old question, "Who's the greatest of all time?" And I said, "Easily." And I said, without hesitation, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Notice how you didn't say LeBron James."
Damn straight.
And I said, Of course I didn't say LeBron James because he isn't as successful as Michael Jordan."
Period.
And he said, "Has Jordan been to 10 NBA finals?" And I said, has LeBron won 10 NBA finals? And then the way I started this segment off was talking about shoes.
Yes.
This man was wearing Nike's collaboration with LeBron James
I'm surprised it didn't fall apart.
on his feet, loud and proud. And I said, "Are you wearing LeBron shoes?" And he said, "Yes, I am. And you're wearing Jordans, a worse line of shoe." And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to kill him, man.
He did not say that.
He called the Jordan line of shoes the worser of the Nike line of shoes.
Oh, dear God. Really?
I don't see LeBron shoes on stock cars, but that's also helps when Jordan.
I don't see LeBron shoes on Stock X going for as high prices as Jordans are.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jordans going for $500 to thousands of dollars. I guarantee you, if I went on StockX right now, I could find a pair of LeBrons for $299.
I'll
and
guarantee
not
that.
in hundreds.
Let's also look at the fact of how many people have collabed with Jordan to come up with shoes.
And how many,
Indeed. And
and how
the
many
thing is, you
basketball
can
jerseys.
make your own Jordans now.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
And
You can
how
make your own colorway. And the thing is, once I get my paycheck, y'all know damn well I'm making a Florida Panthers collaboration with Jordan.
good. Good.
I'm making Jordan 1 mids with Panthers colors. 100%. But to say I almost spat out my food when he said that the Jordans were a worst line of shoes was an understatement.
Oh
And
gosh.
keep in mind, the shoes I was wearing was the Jordan 1 Retros.
Yeah. I love those.
The original red, black
Mm-hmm.
colorway.
Which cost him a lot of fines, but the team wound up paying him. But go on.
Because it had no white in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember that legendary interview.
Mm-hmm.
Well, neither does the NBA.
I remember that interview very well.
And the thing is, I was already not eating the greatest of food. I had McDonald's because that's the closest food I could get.
Oh geez. I'm sorry.
It was okay. It wasn't like food poisoning like I'd get at Subway.
Right.
And I said, "Do you really think that your $100 pieces of cardboard are even remotely on the same level as a lot of these 500 plus pairs of shoes?" And he said, "I'll do you one better. They're on a bigger level than your shoes."
He did not say that.
I immediately threw my food away and clocked back in. Because I was not going to sit there and listen to idiocy for one more second. And as I'm walking away,
oh no,
he tries to remind me that LeBron is the all-time points leader. And I said, Kareem did it better.
What? Go ahead, Droid.
I said Kareem did it better. Walked away, got back to work. And that was my conversation with a bronsexual.
Now get out of our face, you thirsty bitches. Hold it. I had one of these myself.
False start.
False start. Brian.
I had
5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
I'll take the penalty because I'm going to get the rest of the field when I tell you all this. I too had a conversation with a bronsexual yesterday while I was out getting coffee.
Good thing we're doing this now since Wednesday's going to be busy.
This bronsexual was next to me in line. And I was having a conversation with the clerk, and we were talking about the good days of the NBA. Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. He just walks by and says, well, LeBron's greater than all of them. I turn around and I go, prove it. Well, he's been to 10 finals, and he lost 6 of them. Next. He's the greatest all-time scorer. Abdul-Jabbar did it better with the most indefensible shot ever.
The hook shot.
That sky hook.
You weren't blocking that sky hook.
And I am very sad that unlike y'all, I was unable to grow up in that era.
Hey.
I was forced by God himself to watch LeBron.
Hey, there's YouTube all over the place, man.
Man, I got a vintage.
Send
I
me,
got a playlist
please,
for you.
send me a playlist. And not like just a couple videos. Send me a whole playlist, please.
I'm working on it.
I do too, man. I'm looking to separate it out, mine out. No, man, you know how deep mine is.
You know how deep mine is.
Don't worry, Droid. We got you.
I got a lot of Bulls games to upload, not just because of Jordan, but because of the fellow who got me into broadcasting, the late great Jim Durham. Anyway, this bronsexual threw every stat LeBron has at me, and I threw back at him 6-0 and Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he walked off.
He's a 5-time NBA All-Star.
Jordan was 10.
I said, I have one stat to give to you that LeBron will never do, and Jordan has.
What? What can you tell me?
Jordan's the only player in NBA history to win the MVP and be first team all defense in the same year. The year was 1988. And oh, by the way, the year 1988 is when Jordan won something LeBron will never win. Defensive Player of the Year. Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronsexual Confessions.
Later today, there will be an unedited, unscripted version of Bronsexual Confessions on my private YouTube channel.
Oh, boy.
Let's take a break. When y'all get back, I'm going to have another round of coffee, and Alison Moran will join us at the bottom of the hour.
I miss her. Like, it's been a while.
It's been too long. Snowman in the morning, back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete! 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 Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
We were always hippies at heart, I guess, and that was one way that we showed it before we became full-time
And we
RVers.
were definitely living small and minimally.
What made us decide to go with Battleborn was everyone from their top leadership team down to their service department helped us so much the whole way through. Our relationship with Battleborn is so much more than business. And me and Dennis love to jam together. We've played together multiple times, and that's been an awesome transition. Be able to learn so much more about the business, also just make some awesome friends.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
So me and Shane are getting together to get Droid a lot of old school NBA broadcasts because he was forced to grow up in the LeBron era.
Yep.
And we weren't.
Yeah.
Oh, as I said, I got some 70s.
How old I was? I remember you said this. You said, so you were born around the same time LeBron got drafted. And I said, yes, I was. And he said, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Because, man, you have no idea what real ball truly is.
Until
But at least I can say this. I grew up in one of the most dominant defensive eras in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. You also grew up in the era of Kobe in the NBA. So, I mean, there's that.
Well, I guess I have that. But I will never really be able to, experience that greatness, live.
Right.
No.
Right.
I'll be able to see that type of greatness, yes, but never see it live.
Man, don't feel bad. I've had to help friends of mine out that
Same here.
Grew up
Good
watching.
evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Take this.
The Chicago Bulls welcome the world's greatest fans to the Chicago Stadium. Tonight's Game 4 of the NBA Finals is between the Phoenix Suns and your Chicago Bulls. Now for tonight's lineups. First for the visiting Phoenix Suns. At forward from Auburn, 6'6" Charles Barkley.
Around mound or rebound.
Forward from Oklahoma State, Richard Lewis. At center, 6'10" from Old Dominion, Mark West. At one guard from Central Michigan, 6'6" Dan Marley. At the other guard, 6'1" from California, Kevin Johnson. The Phoenix Suns are coached by Paul Westphal, assisted by Lionel Hollins, Scotty Robertson, the trainer Joe Brodsky.
This don't bring back memories. Nothing will. Oh, you sure did, Allie. And you're smiling real big. Remember this.
And now, the starting lineup for your world champion Chicago Bulls.
I love the energy on here.
From Clemson, 6'10" Horace Grant. A 6'7" forward from Central Arkansas, Scotty. The man in the middle from San Francisco, 7'1" Bill Cagrat. A 6'2" guard from Iowa, DJ Armstrong.
And
from North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan.
greatest to ever do it.
Yep.
I don't care what anybody says. The greatest to ever do it wore 23. He originated wearing number 23. Doggone it.
Yep.
And there is no argument.
None.
Of who really mastered wearing number 23. Okay.
No, and
I got a library.
Kendrick really did describe a lot of GOAT debates when he said it was never about who the greatest is. It's always about love and hate.
Well, I can talk basketball with the best of them. And speaking of which, let's have some fun. He's back.
Hey,
Alison Moran.
Alison.
What's going on, my dear? How are you?
Hey, trying to adjust to these new hours, Bri. I'm telling you, I drive you too.
Listen, we're all trying to adjust. And as I explained, it's for medical appointment purposes and work purposes that I had to move the time here.
I totally understand, buddy. I totally understand, and it's interesting because we will do anything for these jobs. We will get up at 4 a.m. We will, which I did for 15 years, and you just do it. You're like, hey, we like being on the air. If I look a little sleepy this week, I'll put somebody call in. I will put ice packs on my eyes earlier in the morning, and get rid of the black circles under my eyes. No problem. But
trust me, I get it. My alarm is set for 7:30 every morning to get up.
Listen, this morning, because my wife made an adjustment in her schedule, her alarm went off earlier than usual.
Oh.
And she didn't hear it. I did. And I said, honey, your phone's going off. And she said, what? She reaches over and look. Everyone's had that look, okay? When you don't hear your alarm and your partner does, and you're like, what the hell is this? And you reach over. She reached over, grabbed her phone, looked at it, turned it off. She didn't hit snooze. She turned it off.
I love it.
And went back to sleep. I fall back to sleep. Next thing I know, my daughter's knocking on our door going, Mom, we got to get going. We're both going, what? Look at the phone, it's 7:30. And we're going, oh no.
Dang.
So they race out of here. I handle the garbage can so it's out by the road so the garbage man can pick it up. I race back in here with my dog on my tail. I brew a pot of coffee, a full pot, because I'm killing that thing later today. Then came in here with about 5 minutes to spare and got the show going. So you will do, as Allie described best, and we've done this many a year. You will do anything and adjust to any schedule. Lord knows I had to adjust to. Well, I may as well go ahead and drop this bomb right now. There may be a chance that I may be back doing the first ever school that I covered for women's basketball, and that's Chicago State University. I might have them back. I was told to reach out to them toward basketball season, so I'm going to be all basketballed out, covering Indiana Northwest, possibly Chicago State. Virtually covering the Bulls and the Warriors and the Spurs, which means Bill Schoenig's going to get a hold of me, which means I'm probably going to meet him in Indianapolis again like I did this past year. Oh, boy. And I got women's basketball. Oh, boy.
Let's talk about it, huh?
Let's. I mean,
where do you want to start, big man?
The WNBA playoffs are underway.
Yeah.
And Allison made a correct prediction about who would snatch the 8th seed.
I said it was going to be Atlanta.
You did.
I said it. There were at the end of regular season, there were 3 teams tied. You could have gone with the Chicago Sky. No. The Washington Mystics or the people who wanted it the most, as I said, the people who wanted it the most, which was the Atlanta Dream.
Mm-hmm.
That said, be careful what you wish for, because they got the New York Liberty, the number 1 seed.
Yeah, the number 1 seed. Yep.
And in the first game on Sunday, they were The Atlanta Dream was truly blown out, 83-69. And you can credit that to one little rookie on the Liberty named Leone Fibich, German player, who had a career high 21 points. Interesting other fact on that particular game, Courtney Vandersloot played off the bench for the first time since 2017. She has not been a bench player. She was the general on and they called her that on the Chicago Sky during the championship season. She was the one who said, "You go here, you go there. You go here, you go there." James Waden, she had a system going on that team. And she actually, though, in this particular game, surpassed Sue Bird to become the all-time playoffs assists leader to do that. This is going to be, I think, New York Liberty's year. Okay? Unless it's the Lynx's year. Let me put it to you that
those two. It could be the Lynx, it could be the Liberty, but those are the top two teams I'm looking at to face the finals.
Yes, and it's going to be a dogfight when they are on the docket again tonight, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. And as you know, this is a best of 3 series. They're back in New York tonight. If by chance Atlanta can figure out some way to get beyond their tonight, they will be back in Atlanta on Thursday night. But
the one thing that Atlanta has to solve is that savage New York defense. And when I say that savage New York defense, I mean just that.
For me, I don't see it. I see Atlanta as a super scrappy team. I think that they fought damn hard, but there's too many holes to fill. And in terms of mounting a good defense, first of all, and I do believe that New York has come through most times this season. Sabrina Ionescu alone is a big factor in these games. So I'm just not seeing that this is Atlanta's year. They proved a point. They went from a horrible team to a better team. They made the playoffs this year. Let's build for next year. I mean, they jettisoned their chances for a very decent draft pick by going into the playoffs this year. We'll see. We'll see. But I was not. I looked at them. I thought their play was a little bit sloppy. I thought that they were slow and compared and against the New York crowd, I just don't see it. So
no, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't
the
either.
biggest thing Atlanta's also got to deal with is rebounding because they were taking a school on the boards.
Oh, they were killed. They were killed.
They were
on the
flat
boards.
murder.
They were killed on the boards.
It was bad. It was bad. Let's talk about the other game tonight. Seattle at Las Vegas. Yeah, another not so much a blowout. Not so much a blowout. Now, Las Vegas, as you know, 2-time champs. Will they make it a third? Maybe. I don't see it. I don't know. 78-67, first round. Let's just say that there is no stopping the unanimous MVP of this year, Asia Wilson, 28 years old, her third MVP. I mean, there's only been one other person who was a unanimous MVP. Who was that? Do you remember? Do you remember, Brian, from 28 years ago? It was Cynthia Cooper.
Cynthia Cooper.
Cynthia Cooper from the late and great Houston Comets, who won the first 4 WNBA championships. Okay? There's no stopping Asia Wilson this year. Now, except the first half of this game, if you can remember, the first half of game 1 was Asia Wilson was held to 4 points. Is that ever going to happen again? She scored. Now, to remind you, Asia Wilson scored 17 points in the rest of the game for a total of 21. So think about it. If you can only contain Asia Wilson for 4 points in one half of the game, you ain't winning.
No,
not a chance.
Not
a chance.
Yeah, and Becky Hammond, the woman is so smart and so good at what she does. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to win this year. I think it's iffy, to be honest with you. I don't know what she's going to do, but think of it this way. In this game, Seattle led by as many as 11 points in the first half, but were held to only a field goal in the fourth. That was it.
Wow.
If you can think about it, they were outscored 16-2 in the fourth quarter by the Las Vegas Aces.
Yikes.
Yeah. Now, Skylar Diggins-Smith, love the lady. Love Seattle. Absolutely. 16 points and 8 assists. And she was the high scorer. She did her best. But Las Vegas, damn, they find every way humanly possible to get in your skin and make sure that they go over at the end. And that's the way they will sneak in. They will do dirty. They will play dirty. They will make it so hard for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I mean, I don't see them. I don't see Seattle going through those defenses. I don't see it.
And that boxing one that Becky Hammond revealed in their 2-game set against Indiana toward the end of the season, that's kind of a secret weapon for them. Because that's how they contain Caitlin Clark. And we'll get to Caitlin Clark in just a minute. But the unanimous MVP, Asia Wilson.
Yeah.
There has been no argument all year.
No.
About who the most valuable player is.
No question
whatsoever.
Yes. Well, let's put it this way. This season, she averaged 27 points and 12 rebounds a game, 2 to 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks per game.
Mm-hmm.
Who puts up those kinds of numbers?
3 blocks.
Maybe Michael Jordan back in the day. But, I mean, come on. You know, this end of season, her stats, 1,021 points, 451 rebounds, 20 double-doubles, and more than 447 plus rebounds. In the end, Angel Reese might have beat her on that had she not had that horrible injury and had to drop out in the last couple of weeks of the season, which also finished off the Chicago Sky, essentially. She's only the second player in history, like I said, to be a unanimous choice. So that says something to the character, the determination, and the ability of Asia Wilson. So, I mean, you just have to know. By the way, every other person who was a 3-time MVP, not only do you have you've got this list. This is the caliber of the company she's keeping. Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swopes, and Lauren Jackson. 3 phenomenal players, all in the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, no, you're not getting on. You're not getting beyond
No.
this year. You're not. You're not.
No.
Let's put the Aces at least as a safe choice for the second round.
Yep.
Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Question is, do they get past New York?
And that I'll say it again, that savage defense of New York, that's going to be.
I'd see that series going 5.
Easily.
What are Alison's thoughts on the women's hockey league team names, which I have here in front of me? You have the Boston Fleet, the Minnesota Frost, the Victoire from Montreal, the New York Sirens, the Ottawa Charge, and the Toronto Scepters. Those are the 6 names, and those are the original 6. And Droid has a thought. Go ahead, Droid.
I'm awake.
I
know it was silent throughout this entire segment so far, but I'm awake. I heard hockey. and the thing is, it's like I'm not really able to follow the WNBA as much, is because ESPN, they be scamming. They be making me pay a lot more money just to even look at the WNBA.
That's why beginning next year, I'm going to do more virtual calls for it, because the reception has been great. My health, however, was not for most of the season. So just a lot of recovery. But I'm going to cover the playoffs, because ESPN, and we talked about this before, ESPN will scam the daylights out of you and put it behind a paywall. They'll put games behind a paywall, and people are already paying for cable as it is.
Yeah.
And don't forget, people are paying for NHL Power Play as well.
You know, it's really hard to find some of the WNBA games that I'm covering.
Yes.
It is. And because they could be on Prime, they could be on I'm trying to think, Ion. By the way, Ion was got incredible numbers this year. They came out with that. It's it was something like it was a 2-year deal with Ion, and it was about 121% that they raised their visibility during those games. So it was a very good year for Ion. Hopefully they'll re-up this deal. This was the second year of that deal. I can't see that they wouldn't, because it's been good for Ion. Known as the home of Criminal Minds, mostly, and all kinds of detective shows.
And my wife and I are hooked on watching those shows. Okay, I'm hooked. Speaking of a return, there's a return to Portland for the WNBA in 2026. They're going back to the Pacific Northwest. I love it.
$125 million. The Rye Sports paid for that franchise, and they are going to start play in 2026. Now, this is not the first team that has been in Portland for 3 seasons. They had the Portland Fire, which actually had the distinction of being the only franchise in the WNBA to never make the postseason in those 3 years. Sad, but the interest is there. The dollars are there. It's going to be great, and it's so cool because my kid's partner actually lives in Portland now and goes to school there.
Very nice.
So I'm so excited. Hi, Dex. Hope you're doing well. And so when they start play, Dex will be a junior, and so I'll be very happy to go out there and cover that franchise starting in the summer of 2026.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
That's
Same,
gonna
same
be
here.
good.
Making
Yeah, you
making
me.
plans with my RV to be up in Portland, Oregon, covering that team and covering the WNBA. Man, it's
That
gonna be
will
so much fun.
And
You
that will be the 15th franchise, by the
15th,
way, for the WNBA. So we're all looking forward to that.
Mhm.
And it's that's a big coup
It is.
because that is a nice area, beautiful area. They need indoor sports because of all the rain. So
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
them in Seattle.
So-
You have the Derica Hamby update for us, do you
Oh
not?
dear Lord, yes. The Aces have filed a countersuit in this ongoing litigation between them and now LA Sparks player Derica Hamby. There were so many instances in which Hamby says that while she was pregnant, they had broken promises to her that were stated in the contract, and so what happened with Hamby was pretty difficult. She had a tough pregnancy. She had to take out more time than expected. She had said that the team had promised her certain things and didn't get them. Okay, so the Aces came back and said, we accommodated Derica Hamby in every way humanly possible. And further alleging that everything that she said in her lawsuit was untrue. And so this countersuit, I think, is going to go on for a very long time. There's been no decision on it. It's become very complicated. And in some ways, Becky Hammond, first of all, was saying, we gave her everything. We accommodated everything she needed. She got the nursery. She got time off to breastfeed, all this stuff. So it's going to be a very complex suit. Number one, it's going to be the worst in terms of striking workers' rights, first of all, and it will be a precedent setter for the league in terms of how they are going to be able to move forward with players who get pregnant. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. I think it's going to depend on the lawyers. It's going to depend on who presents the better case and has more evidence to their to their side. But I think that if Hamby's smart, she's going to call witnesses from other WNBA players who have been dissatisfied and pregnant. If the WNBAs, particularly the Las Vegas Aces, are smart, they are going to point to every instance in which they accommodated her. They are going to have to point to all of the emails, text, whatever ways that they have communicated with Derica Hamby on how they are going, how they were proceeding with what she did. Did it ever get personal? Did it ever get vicious? Good question. I don't know how it's going to turn out. We got a couple more games to cover for Wednesday, though, in the WNBA playoffs. I don't know how much time I have, but I want to make sure our listeners know everything that they need to know.
You got as much time as you need. Don't worry about it.
Go for it. Go for it.
You're sweet. You're sweet. First of all, Indiana at Connecticut, the Fever versus the Sun. Who gets hotter? The first thing is, okay, nothing short of a blowout for the Indiana, against Indiana, 93-69 on Sunday. And Caitlin Clark ends up with a black eye at the end of the game. Okay. It was a brutal game for Caitlin Clark. She had 11 points and 8 assists. Now, for some, that's a career night, but
this is Caitlin Clark we're talking about.
Yeah, that Connecticut plays really hard nosed, especially late games. So,
and I love how Connecticut plays. It reminds me of a lot of like older basketball.
Yeah,
a lot like what Detroit played in the '80s.
Yep. The Pistons you're talking about. Yes, the bad boys. I got a chance.
Many came up watch with the bad boys. Yikes!
And you know, the fun part of those bad boys was, and to my particular dismay and loathing, the baddest of the bad boys, Bill Lambier. He became a coach both with the Detroit Shock and the New York Liberty.
Can we please bring back the Detroit Shock?
Yeah, you know what? There's a movement. There's a movement out there to bring back the Detroit Shock.
Because didn't they win the championship in Detroit?
Yeah, they won a couple. And
before they moved to Tulsa and then moved to Dallas.
And now they became the Dallas Wings ultimately, and it was sad. I'm not sure. I'm not recalling the reason for that move, but I think it was
a good one.
Pardon me?
Because there isn't a good one.
Yeah,
this is like when the Rams were forced to move after they won their championship in St. Louis.
Yeah, and it sucks, you know.
It does.
Because I think Detroit is a wonderful city for WNBA basketball. It was for a very, very, very long time.
Shock should have never gone away. Unfortunately, we're on time here.
Like the perfect time to bring the WNBA back to Detroit is now, because Detroit is fiending for a good basketball team.
Yeah, they are.
Need it.
They are.
They need one. And, you know, Bill Lambier may have, as you know, he was the original coach of the Las Vegas Aces as well. He instilled that style within them. And, you know, Becky Hammond is the perfect successor to Bill Lambier. And the thing is that you've got to remember with Indiana at Connecticut, which is an important matchup. It was Dejanay Carrington that had the Bill Lambier poke.
Elbow. Yep.
Yeah, that elbow poke. Didn't get a foul for it. No flagrancy, no nothing.
No nothing.
I looked at that replay, and there was definite flagrancy.
Oh yeah, there was. But they're not going to call it. Not in the not in the playoffs.
That's so stupid.
It is. It is stupid.
So stupid. Well, you know, let's talk just a little bit about Marina Mabry, who the Chicago Sky, you know, traded away mostly because Marina Mabry wanted to play on a championship team and was not happy with her role in Chicago. She had 27 points in the blowout, and she had the most points in a reserve in the WNBA postseason history. So she was on fire. I was sitting there with Greg. Greg was holding my hand as I was crying.
Wait. Hold on.
I love it.
I just read something.
It was the saddest thing. I'm going, they should never have let her be traded. They should never have let her go. That was the end of the season as far as I was concerned.
Yep.
20 of her points came in the second half, and she converted 5 of 8 3-point attempts. This woman wants a championship. And I don't blame her. I truly don't.
What's
Pardon?
up, Droid? What's up, Droid?
You said something.
Breaking news. What?
What?
Donna Orender, part of investment group exploring Jacksonville WNBA expansion franchise.
Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville,
Yes,
Illinois,
Florida.
what?
Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice.
WNBA in Jacksonville?
It's
Wow.
bad.
It's not be bad. They only have the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I think
can see it. I can see it.
I love that they would have
2026 is, of course, because you want to have even amount of teams. You want to have an even amount of teams to split between two divisions.
Yep.
You need 16 teams.
Yeah.
You need 16. Right now, we would be expanding to 14 if this whole Jacksonville thing does actually happen, and it's projected to start same time as Portland. We'd be going into 14 teams, and then
we're already into 14 teams because Toronto and Golden State are already in. So we already got 14 teams.
and then you'd be 16 with Jacksonville and Portland.
Yeah.
Let's count them.
Following year.
18 roughly. 18
I
roughly.
think 18 would be 18. I think 18 would be the limit.
Yeah.
For
18
now.
I think
For
18
now.
would
With
be
the
fine.
funds for now.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did look things up just a second ago. The reason Detroit ended up leaving where they were, the biggest reason of them all, financial.
Yeah, it explains a lot of WNBA teams. And we're
But I think there's two cities after Portland and possibly Jacksonville I'd want the WNBA in.
Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Kansas City would be
read me like a book. Oh my goodness.
Look, I
City,
love
Missouri,
basketball. I
or
love
Kansas
basketball in Kansas City. Kansas City,
Well,
Missouri.
of course it'd have to be KC Mo because that's where most of your
Kansas
attractions
City,
would be.
Missouri. Yep. You got,
and plus you already got the T-Mobile Arena in there.
you got the Royals. You got the and you got the Big 12 tournament, which I plan to make this year.
You also got the Chiefs over there. You got Sporting Kansas City, and then you got Kansas Speedway.
Yep, and you got the Royals. You got everything. Kansas City will be a perfect spot.
I would love that. And there is no pro basketball in the entire state of Missouri. Not since the St. Louis Spirits.
Yep.
Not since
not after the Kansas City Kings left.
Yeah.
The Kings left in '86.
Yeah, my God. That's unreal. So there's always a good reason. Yeah, Missouri's a great state. So I see no reason why that shouldn't happen.
My last one, I have to pick between two Pennsylvania cities.
Flip a coin.
Philadelphia.
I'm going to pick Pittsburgh.
Give me Philly.
I would love Philly, yes, but the 76ers have already tarnished Philly. We need a professional basketball team.
Just a moment. You better say your sentence right. The current 76ers have tarnished Philadelphia.
Yes.
I'll remember the 76ers forever. Well, listen, I'll remember the 76ers forever because of Julius Erving, Bobby Jones, Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, Allen Iverson. That's how I remember the Sixers.
Charles Barkley.
Sir Charles.
Sir Charles.
Sir Charles. You can't forget Sir Charles.
I had a personal experience with him back in the day when he was with Philadelphia. I was an intern, and he was as five deep in the locker room answering questions and swearing up a storm, in fact. And he sees me 5 rows back. He looks at me. Les Grobstein could actually tell me exactly what he said almost 20 years later. And but he looks at me and he goes, "Sorry." Really sorry.
By the way, Joel Embiid, we looking at you. You being in the Sixers organization has ruined things.
but like my point is, like, I want to bring I would like the WNBA to bring teams to places that don't already have a basketball team.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Like Kansas City, Pittsburgh,
Des Moines, Iowa.
To name 2.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa as well. Omaha, Nebraska, even.
Yeah.
They had the Iowa Des Moines, Iowa had the Iowa Barnstormers for a while.
Oh, that's right.
The old Arena Football League team, the Iowa Barnstormers.
Yeah. And they had
Give me a team in
Iowa
St. Louis and I'll be happy.
You know what? Me and St. Louis
had
a love-hate relationship. Now, I absolutely adore St. Louis and Kansas City because my wife and I took a trip through St. Louis, and she just happened to snap a couple of photos of one of my favorite places, that, of course, being Busch Stadium.
Yep.
Damn you, Sox fan. Sorry.
Hey, the St. Louis Cardinals were my first ever favorite team because of Ozzie Smith and George Hendrick and those guys. And my dad was a Southsider. My granddad was a Southsider. So it's instilled in me. And that was my first game I ever went to.
Respect.
Right?
Respect.
Yeah, I am a Southsider to my heart. To the point where a year ago for my birthday, my wife surprised me with a White Sox birthday. She gave me a history book, a T-shirt, and a hat. She surprised me with a White Sox birthday.
That's beautiful. You know, you can get $10 tickets for their last home games.
If I make it up there,
it's to.
It's going to depend. I'll be up there. I'll be up there next month. I know I'll be up there next month. All right, we got to go. We're out of time. But Alison, thank you, my dear, so much for joining us. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week. Go Seattle and Minnesota as well. Not Seattle. Phoenix and Minnesota. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Alrighty. Bye-bye now.
Coming up tonight, the Astros with another chance to clinch as they host the Seattle Mariners. 8:10 is your first pitch Eastern time. I'll be on air at 8 p.m. with the pregame show. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.